Good morning, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. My name is Alpa Sharma, and this is our editorial analysis. Can you hear and see me clearly, everyone? Good morning. Very good morning, everyone. I hope I'm clearly visible and audible. Good morning. Yes. Okay. So, class, after a long time, yes, I'm clearly visible and audible. Okay. All right. Acha, kal ke liye I'm sorry. Something went wrong. My internet speed just crashed and it wasn't able to revive while the tone of the author classes, the class was going on. So I had bought good nine passages for you to solve. But the internet was stuck and I could not continue with the class. We could solve only four, I think, or maybe three. I don't remember. So what I'll be doing is I'll be sharing those passages with you guys in the batches. Okay. And nahi Arnav, aisa kuch bhi nahi hai bachche. It's going to remain the same. Okay. So I'll be sharing the passages in your batches. हम class में उसको solve कर लेंगे. Okay. So that's the idea. Okay. Yes. ठीक है. So start करते हैं आज का एजेंडा. देखते हैं क्या करना है आज. 1st of June. Countdown. Yes. So June is here. 1 month that not June. Usually I wait for May, but then thanks to the boards, we are going to be waiting for June. We have been waiting for June this year, and I am very excited because I know all of you are going to make it really good. You're going to make me proud and make yourself proud and your parents proud as well. So I'm not anxious. I'm very excited. And I hope you're excited too. निकिता सारे बैचेस में जिन में मेरी क्लासेस लगेगी उन सब में मैं शेयर कर दूंगी. ओके. ऑलराइट. ठीक है. So 1st of June I've bought 2 articles. कौन से हैं दोनों articles? One article is from the Indian Express and the second article is from the New York Times. That's what I'm going to be doing today. If you still haven't seen my videos on tone of the author and specifically the main theme of the passage, please watch them. Tone of the author के we've done only 4 passages, तो please उसको देख लेना and solve कर लेना. And main theme of the passage detail में देख लेना if you still stuck with the main theme and the tone of the author. Vocabulary we have only one slide, merely one slide. So we'll be discussing 2 articles, tone of the author summary, and ये तो हमने करना थोड़ा छोड़ दिया, so we can give this a miss right now till CLAT happens. उसके बाद for 23 people I'll restart with the classes regularly Monday, Wednesday and Friday. ठीक है. अच्छा, एक क्वेश्चन और एड्रेस कर देती हूँ मैं. ओके. हाँ मेरे भाई अर्नब, क्या हो गया? कंफ्यूजन क्यों है? हाँ फाल्गुनी, yes, that's another thing that I would want to address. देखो बच्चे, last lap to CLAT is going on. Last lap to ALET is going on. I am also occupied with last lap to IPMAT. Okay, so I have loads and loads of kids who I have to cater to before the 23 targeting kids. I hope you get that. The classes will be intermittent for some time this month. Okay, they'll be happening, but they'll be happening intermittently. But after this month ends, I'll be taking classes regularly every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Regularly, okay, without fail, without any offs and everything. So ये classes मैं regularly 23 के बच्चों के लिए लेना start कर दूंगी. All right, चलिए. So I hope I was able to answer to your question satisfactorily. Vocabulary start करते हैं. Slide number 1. Mundane is something that's very monotonous, boring, repetitive, dull, not exciting, nothing new is mundane. His mundane, humdrum existence that's pretty usual and nothing exciting, rather boring, is mundane. So that's number one, word number one. No, Diya, I would not. Okay. मैम न्यूज़पेपर कब तक पढ़ना है क्योंकि एग्जाम आने वाला है. जीके आप स्टॉप कर सकते हैं और एडिटोरियल्स आप रेगुलरली अभी भी पढ़ सकते हैं प्राची, बिकॉज एडिटोरियल आपकी रीडिंग हैबिट बनाता है. ठीक है, सो एडिटोरियल्स नहीं स्टॉप करना. Monotonous, banal, prosaic, outdated. Yes, Mahi and Samarth, you're absolutely right. Okay? Yes. Platitudinal. Okay. Next word, snobby. My tastes are too superior to yours. My taste in music, my taste in art, my likings, everything is too superior to yours. That attitude is snobby. That person is called a snob, a musical snob. He thinks his taste in music is too superior to. पता है जब हम स्कूल में थे, so any I studied in a school that focused a lot on Hindi, a lot, and English songs were banned. It was banned in our school. Okay, we could not sing, we could not listen, we could not dance on English songs. It was banned completely. And my school was a pro-Hindutva school. So anybody who belonged to any other school who would listen to English songs was actually called a snob by us, because they would think their choice in music, their taste in music is too superior to ours. What crap. So that's snobby. Fripperies, unnecessarily decorating something, making it showy, which otherwise, had it been plain, it would have looked better. It would have been better, in a better condition. So unnecessarily decorating and making it fancy, which is not needed, is fripperies. Strictly business building. It has no frippery. The building is simple, plain. It's a business building. No fripperies, no modern art, and no fancy outlook. That's away from fripperies. Okay? Yes, that's the first and the only slide. Exactly, Aditi. That's what snobby is. Arrogant, haughty, condescending. Correct. That's snobby. Indifferent, monotonous for mundane. Correct. Okay. Good morning, everyone. ठीक है, next देखते हैं. Precariousness. किसी को एक dangerous position में रख देना, एक ऐसी situation में रख देना that in that situation it's very prone to harm and prone to being collapsing. That's the situation of precariousness. The precariousness of a cup placed on the top of a plinth. So if there's a plinth and there's a cup placed here, I've tried to make a cup. It's in a precarious situation. It might actually fall down any time. It's in a dangerous position. It might collapse. That's precariousness. Health situations can also be precarious. Okay? Vulnerable, absolutely. Vulnerable is a synonym to it. Fragile also is. Jeopardy is, Shweta. Very good. Peril bhi hai. Very good. So many synonyms. Okay. आगे देखते हैं. Last word, scapegoat. बलि का बकरा. That is Hindi idiom है. You put all your faults, all your blames on somebody else. उसने किया, मैंने नहीं किया. वो shout कर रहा था, मैं नहीं कर रहा था. Is scapegoat. Putting all the wrongdoings, mistakes on one person is scapegoat. बलि का बकरा. Especially for taking, basically moving away or running away from blaming, and then you put it on somebody else. It's scapegoat. That's all for today. Vocabulary. Take a screenshot, everyone. Hazardous, treacherous related hua, not exact synonym. Shriya. Hi, Rashmi. Hazardous is precariousness. Blame game is scapegoat. All right, so we're done. Screenshot le liya sabne. And if you're targeting CLAT 2023, a comprehensive combo course has been launched. 6 months are left. Jaldi se enroll kar lo. The sooner you start, the better your chances are of getting into your dream. And you don't wait, don't waste your time. See us in the classes very soon. Let's start with a simpler article. No, simpler बाद में करेंगे. Let's start with a difficult one. But before that, if you're also targeting CLAT 22, batch 3 of the crash course has been launched and it's going on. You can still enroll for a quick revision here, everybody. So again, I should see you in the classes very soon. The internet is broken. And how do we fix it? Read the page, answer the question that follows. Good luck, everyone. Guilty but not guilty, Mayu. That's what scapegoat is. Okay, read the page and then answer the question that follows. Movies, you will crack this time. What are you saying? Okay. Analogy, imagery, others. Analogy and absolutely imagery, analogy, and one more. Metaphor. And metaphor. Absolutely. Analogy and metaphor or imagine. So basically all these are related tones. You see, the glass fiber lines are being compared to the artery. Artery is not there in the ocean, under the ocean. That's there in our body, but then that's our lifeline. Similarly, these glass fiber wires and lines and optical fibers are the world's lifeline. That's the present day internet carrier. And if these glass lines, they don't work, you and I and millions of other people and our lives would be stuck. Like it was stuck yesterday with the tone of the passage class. Yes. So here you see an analogy or a metaphor being compared. Okay. So that's the artery. That's the figure of speech used. Now, in this page, we still don't know why is the internet broken. We still don't know the answer of it. Okay. Let's move on. Read the next page and then I'll ask you another question. Here you go. Or imagery or metaphor. Correct. Now, once you've read the page, tell me, does this page have any argument or is the page still full of the premise? Do you see the argument here or is it still full of premise? If there's an argument, what's the argument? Absolutely premise. Correct. It's full of premise. There's not even a single line that indicates the main argument here. All of these are examples merely, to denote to a bigger picture. Then again, there's another comparison that's done. A body, like internet has a body, but then the body of glass, it is made up of these many things and it follows the contours of earlier networks. Yes, of course, there's one thing that's important for us to read, and that is this part. While we are skimming, I think this part is important while we are reading, because these lines, these fiber lines, they were laid down following the common earlier networking paths. And why were they followed? Why were they following the common earlier established networking paths? Why? What was the answer? बिल्कुल skim कर सकते हैं. Why were they following the established networking path like the Silk route or Spice routes? Why were they following it? Yes, Ali, I am. That's the short form for a fiber line that goes. Okay, it's a route. Vaibhav? Absolutely, because they're safe, because they're already established. So Silk route tha, cotton route tha, spice route tha, these routes were already established. Trades were happening on the route. So one reason it was safer, it was already well known, easier to follow established routes, cheaper, and then of course you have a market already established. Correct? Because there was already trade happening on that route. So the market was already established. So if there's something already known to you, it's safer, it's easier compared to something that's unknown. Why to take risk? There was lesser risk here. That's why these fiber lines, they followed the regular and already established routes. Abhi tak, we don't know why is the internet broken. We still don't know that. Let's read the next page and let's see if the argument comes up. Here you go. Send me done when you're done. And tell me if there's an argument here or there's still a lot of premise. Easy. A lot of you saw it coming. Hannah, did you anticipate why is the internet broken while you started reading the passage? Could you anticipate it? Yeah, here is the argument. How many of you could anticipate what could be the reason of the internet being broken? Yes, the second paragraph gives me the argument that it makes life easy yet worse. So the lines that the world is becoming smaller and worse. Why worse? For example, fake news, surveillance, invasion of our privacy, exploitation of app-based workers, proliferations of right-wing propaganda on social media. Why only right-wing? And these are a few of the many, many things. Yeah, did you? Haha, so many of you did. Exactly, yes. So that's the reason for internet being broken. And then, if you remember the title of the passage, the author said the internet is broken. We need to fix it. Okay? There's one important term, techlash, like backlash. Okay? You can relate it to backlash and then understand the meaning of the techlash. So it's easy. I'll not explain this page to you. Let's move on to the next page. Let's see what it talks about. Simple. If the internet is broken, we need to fix it. But how? Now, skim through the page and tell me how quickly were you able to do it. Exactly, Shweta. बच्चे ओपिनियन ही तो आर्ग्यूमेंट होगा प्रीति. Don't you think so? I'll explain this. First, skim through it. You could have skimmed through the page within seconds. Within seconds. आप लोग पिछले एक साल से न्यूज़पेपर रेगुलरली पढ़ रहे हो. How do we fix it? The answers are suggestions. The moment I see the first involves writing new rules, I understand. The rules can be amended to make the companies more liable and control all the things that have been happening and just on the internet. I can understand that even without reading all this part. I don't think that's necessary. I understand what making new rules would mean. The second is reducing the market power of big firms. Last 1 year we've had newspapers full of articles on how the big firms are actually exercising their monopoly and we need to reduce the market power. For example, Facebook or Twitter, we saw the entire fight happening on internet, right? So we don't have to read all this part. If I understand these two lines, I am done with my job. The following paragraphs would only be an explanation to what the suggestions are. If you understand this, just skim through it. Absolutely. So these are the two suggestions given by the author. Correct. Let's move on quickly. So these are the two suggestions. Now, okay, read this paragraph. The root is simple. The internet is broken because the internet is a business. Does that mean the author, critical reasoning question, the author assumes that all businesses are broken? Does Google Shrishti, how did I miss it? Does the author assume that all businesses are broken? ध्यान से आंसर करना. Critical reasoning question. फरदीन बताऊंगी, पहले ये क्वेश्चन आंसर करो. फरदीन आप पहले बताओ कौन सा ईयर टारगेट कर रहे हो, 22 या 23? No. All businesses are not broken. That's a wrong assumption. There's a direct correlation between businesses and internet. Okay? But all businesses are not broken. Internet is broken because it is a business. So maybe a lot of businesses are broken, maybe some of them are broken, but internet, the reason that the internet is broken is that it is a business. Fardeen, you have to listen to what I'm saying. I asked you which year are you targeting? Which year are you targeting? My answer would be dependent on that. Okay? All is an extreme word. We can't say that. So you're targeting CLAT? Okay. Fardeen, फिर तो आप गलत बैच में आ गए हैं. आपको मेरी क्लास उधर देखनी चाहिए थी, CLAT बैच में. फरदीन, कल की क्लास देखी थी CLAT में? कल जो मैंने क्लास ली थी CLAT में? Did you see that? If you haven't seen that, मैंने आपको बहुत डिटेल में आंसर किया है वो कि आपको कैसे प्रिपेयर करना है. Okay? Please watch my class on BYJU'S exam prep CLAT. You'll find the answer there. कल मैंने बहुत डिटेल में डिस्कस किया कैसे आप CLAT के लिए वो क्या प्रिपेयर कर सकते हो. Some businesses are broken is absolutely true, Mahi. Absolutely true. That's the correct conclusion, everyone. Some businesses are broken. Do you agree with this? Can I conclude some businesses are broken? Yes, yes, Anadi. Correct. Okay, so let's move on. It says business hai to broken hoga. This page is not important. Oh, here. Read the page and send me a dump. Oh, by the way, Friday I'm taking an Aeon article on philosophy. Simple. Just another suggestion. That's deprivatization. Don't let the private organizations own the internet completely. Exactly. Just a minute. Okay. So, deprivatization, what do? We change the ownership. Simple. If you understand the word what is deprivatization, you would know exactly what this would talk about. Not one entity owning it, public owning it. Deprivatization aims at creating an internet where people rule and profit does not rule. And when profit does not rule, you take away the idea of business from the internet and you fix this broken internet. Do you see the relationship? Businesses, they run for profit. When you deprivatize, you take away the profit. When you take away the profit, you fix the broken internet. That's what it says. How it would look like? Pretty good because it's a suggestion. Then, of course, the suggestion would be followed by good ideas. So, certainly, the deprivatized internet would look very good to us. Something that we would want to look out for. क्या एक्सप्लेनेशन आप इजीली एंटिसिपेट कर सकते हो दैट्स एंटिसिपेशन ठीक है आगे बढ़ते हैं here the last paragraph read this everyone no Alifia certainly not this passage was meant to be skimmed सत्या कहां पढ़ रहे हैं हम इतना बड़ा हम तो स्किम कर रहे हैं नहीं आएगा इतना बड़ा डोंट वरी हाय कोमल done now okay tell me one the gist of the passage in one line probably 5-6 words or 10 words at max the gist of the passage the summary of the passage the main idea of the passage in one line right now the main idea okay see algorithm racism is that क्या फेसबुक का कंटेंट कम्युनल वायलेंस बढ़ा सकता है यस क्या ये फेसबुक का कंटेंट फेसबुक को कंट्रोल करना चाहिए था? यस. Their algorithm either deliberately, according to the whistleblower, or by chance, according to Facebook, misses out on content that incites racial as well as communal violence or distrust or discontentment in the society. That exactly is algorithmic racism. Okay, so we have internet is broken in some businesses and authorities suggest how to fix them, and the problem later can be fixed too with certain strategies. Karthik, are you referring to the tone of the author? I'll be sharing that in the class. How to make the internet better, perfect, the problems of the internet and the way to... Rather, I would choose, dekho, Shweta, your gist is absolutely correct. Just a couple of words added to it, that what is the problem with the internet and then how we fix it. Makes it more descriptive, correct? So that's what our answer is. Absolutely correct. Deprivatization as a tool is only an example, Supriya. There are many examples given in the passage. That will not be a part of my main idea. Yes, Ayushi, you have a perfect answer. No, Sangeeta, I'll share that in my classes today. Okay? Chaliye, we're done. Chal. So now, and also tone of the author, everyone. Jaldi se tone bata do. What's the tone of the author? Also, before you tell me the tone, quickly like my video. What's the tone? Guys, it's fixed. It's fixed. Looks fine now. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay? अब tone बताइए. Tone. Analytical. And suggestive, of course. Analytical and suggestive, of course. Yes. Analytical and suggestive. Okay. Correct. Chalo, second article पे चलते हैं. It's a very funny article. You're going to love reading that. $1,600 umbrella that does not protect you from rain. Who would buy that? A snob would. Read the page and send me a done. Analytical and suggestive. Yes. Argumentative. हो सकता है, हर्ष. Yes. होगा मयूर, होगा. I am not sure, Mahi. I don't know, in fact. Yes, this came in the Indian Express, or so a snob would, or somebody who's obsessed with a brand logo. You don't know what goes in the material. You don't know how many animals are harmed. You don't know if it is even worth it. Yet you would buy that because there's a logo. Gucci, Adidas, whatever logo. तुम logo की बात कर रहे हो? People spend thousands and thousands on Air Jordan. They do. But okay, ठीक है, it comes with some comfort. But here it's a non-waterproof umbrella. Let's not bring Air Jordan into the scene. ठीक है? It's a non-waterproof umbrella. Obviously, there was a lot of backlash. So what did they do? They changed the name from umbrella to a parasol. A parasol is only something that protects you from the sun. Jaipur में देखिए आपने वो embroidered umbrellas. These are parasols. They don't protect you from the rain. But then why do I need an umbrella that does not protect me from rain? That's a $1,600 question. That is, nobody has an answer to it. Beautifully written one. Read the next page, everybody. But Akansha, sunlight se protect करने के लिए why $1,600? That's the question. By setting its price higher. So if you just set your price higher with the beautiful packaging, you might say, okay, this is a luxury item and this is what I'm going to charge, even if it isn't worth it. So the conspiracy theory says that diamonds aren't rare. They just are being deliberately, they've been made into a luxury item, but by pricing them highly. That's exactly why what high-end logos do to products. Like, and then, okay, all of this is an example of how these expensive items are not usable. They're so expensive that you might actually want to keep them in your bank locker, in a vault where it remains safe. What is the use of buying off something of that sort? And the last paragraph is the icing on the cake. Read the last paragraph. Have fun. ये कहां से बफर हो रहा है भाई? मुझे तो नहीं दिख रहा है कोई बफरिंग. I'll get my internet checked today. Read the last page. And then, if I unnecessarily have to price something expensive, I would take a urinal, put it upside down, and name it the fountain, and price it exorbitantly by calling it a piece of art. So, its tone of the author here is, what's the tone of the author here? समझ नहीं आया वैभव, मैं समझाती हूँ फिर से. ये तो इजी था बच्चे. टोन बताइए. What's the tone of the author? Porcelain is the material with which the urinals and the pots are made of. Absolutely sarcastic. Completely sarcastic. It's making fun of exorbitantly priced things which have no value, which have no use. Okay? Completely condescending and sarcastic. He's criticizing the people, the brands which unnecessarily make something which has no use, no utility, yet you price them so exorbitantly high by naming it as a product of luxury or art. So he's sarcastic and he is condescending as well. Not condescending, he's sarcastic and critical. Okay? Exactly. Yes, Sangeeta. That's the material. So that's the tone of the author here. Alright guys, so that was about the class today. Okay? Now, because I did not have a class on Mondays, I bought a simpler article, but on Friday, I'll be bringing an Aeon article on philosophy. Don't miss out on this article. We haven't done philosophy in quite a while. Please download our app if you haven't downloaded that yet. I shall see you either in the last lab tomorrow. Do I have a last lab? No, I don't. I'll see you day after tomorrow with the Hindu classes. Have a very, very good day, everyone. God bless all of you. Bye, everyone. Do not leave without liking my video. Thank you.